It is Tuesday night, and we are live.
We made it.
We're here, and with like extra weighted. We have a guest.
Yes.
And come on up, Selah. Come on.
Hi, Kristen.
Say hello to everybody. Selah's up on the table today. She was enjoying herself. She gets down fast so she can get her snack. Here you go.
Hello, Utes. How you still call them Utes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Cal Clark.
And I'm Ida Blevins.
And this is David Clark, my son. David actually happens to be a magician, so I asked him to help today because it's actually a trick that I know, but I wanted David to do it so that I wouldn't have to worry about it, so I could attend to the show and the audience. So David's going to do a trick. This is a show about math. It's math oddities, and wait! Don't turn us off yet, because we're gonna try to keep it fun. You know, we do these shows just to have fun, to have a little bit of enjoyment together, and so this is our evening to be together. We want you to be involved. You can make comments. We'll put them up on the screen as we go. But we're going to take a look at a bunch of math oddities. This all started. First of all, this is the show thumbnail right here. Let's see. Here's the show thumbnail, right? But I snuck a picture of Al, who started this show, into our thumbnail.
Al's asking where the shore is.
Yeah, last week we did beaches. We did a beach party last week.
Yeah.
No shore this week. This is all about math. We call it the Math Odyssey.
Yes.
And but Al, about 3 months ago, sent me this problem.
And he sent me the answer.
Now, Al's an engineer. And I think he thought maybe I could figure this out. But all I could do is be dumbfounded. But we're going to look at that a little bit later. You're going to see, you too are going to be dumbfounded. But Al found this oddity that we're going to talk about. But I decided, hey, let's make a whole show of oddities. Let's see if we could find a bunch of math oddities that would be fun to look at. So that's our hope today. Please join in if you know of math oddities. Some of these things you'll be roughly familiar with. Some you won't. Some will be new, I think. We're going to run through them. Some of them are going to be like really nerdy. But hang with us even if you're not a nerd. Some of us are, and so just enjoy the nerdiness with some of us. And would you consider yourself a nerd?
Somewhat. Half nerd.
Maybe a little nerdy. And I'm full nerd. And but we're gonna take a look at things, and so here we go. Should we get into them?
Yeah, let's
do it. The very first one, I think, is one that maybe some of you have seen. This is called the parking spot puzzle. And it's really just a puzzle that you're supposed to figure out. See the parking numbers there? And so you're supposed to figure out the parking number that's covered by the car. So what's the number that's covered by the car? It's just a puzzle. This isn't so much a math oddity. It's just a simple puzzle, but the kind of thing you might expect from a math oddity show. It's we have the boxes right in the way, so you can't really see the screen. You can look here and see the screen sometimes. So what do you think? Anybody have any guesses what that missing number is? Oh, you're going to be so shocked when you learn about it.
I've seen this before.
Have you?
Yeah.
So do you know?
Yeah.
If you know, don't say why you know, but say what number you think is missing. Do you know?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, Mary Lou says 87.
87.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And Al says 78.
Uh-huh. So how did you come to those answers?
Oh, no, Al says 87 too.
It's flipped.
Yeah.
It's upside down.
Yeah. I'm going to flip the screen over here, okay? So here, watch. We'll flip it over. There it is, flipped over. See the numbers?
Yes.
86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91.
We have a lot of people who got that right. Kristen and Al and Mary Lou. People are. You just
have to look at it from the right perspective, from the car's perspective. That's how it would be numbered, not from us taking a picture of the car. Right? It makes sense that way. And so that's actually sort of an IQ test. We're not going to. That's not every one of these will be very different.
Brilliant. You're all brilliant.
So if you loved that one, you might not like the next one. And if you didn't love that one at all, you might like the next one a lot, because every one of these is going to be a little bit different. So here we go.
Okay.
Ready for the next one? So everybody did pretty well. That was my hope. I was hoping that we could warm up with something good.
We've got a
This one is one of those really nerdy ones that some people love and some people don't. But this is a puzzle. This is a puzzle story. And you're supposed to be able to figure out from the puzzle story. Okay, so here we go. Albert and Bernard became friends with Cheryl. 3 people involved. Albert, Bernard, and Cheryl. Albert and Bernard became friends with Cheryl, and they wanted to know her birth date. Well, Cheryl, not being a straightforward sort of person, decided that she would give them a list of 10 possible birth dates. And those 10 dates are on your screen. Okay, so those are the 10 dates. May 15th, 16th, and 19th, June 17th, 18th, July 14th or 16th, August 14th, 15th, or 17th. One of those dates is her birthday, she said. Okay?
Okay.
But she couldn't just leave the puzzle at that. That would just be guessing 1 in 10. You only get a 1 in 10 chance. So she wanted to give them a better chance of figuring out the puzzle. So what she did was, Cheryl then told Albert the month of her birthday, and she told Bernard the day of her birthday. Okay, you could actually do this puzzle without saying which one she told which, but I decided to make it a little easier. So she told Albert the month of her birthday, and she told Bernard the day of her birthday. And then a conversation went like this. Albert said, "I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but I know that Bernard doesn't know either." And then Bernard said, "At first, I didn't know when Cheryl's birthday was, but now I know." And Albert said, "Oh, I know too." So, the question is, what is her birthday and how did they figure it out?
Oh my.
All right. You might want to write this one down, because I'm not going to give you the answer to this one. I'm going to let you sit on this one a little while.
Oh my, okay.
Okay. We'll give the answer to this one, because this one is like one that you really have to think about. There might be some people who do the whole show just on this. Okay. So let's go back. You could write down the dates if you wanted to. All right. The dates are May 15th, 16th. Take a snapshot. Here we go. Take a snapshot of your screen if you want to figure this out.
Okay.
Okay. And then Albert knew the month, and Bernard knew the day. And Albert says he didn't know the birthday, but he knows that Bernard doesn't know either. And then Bernard says, "Okay, now I know." To which Albert then said, "Oh, then I know."
And what's the date?
Okay. So what's the date and how did they figure it out? We're going to come back to that.
I think that's impossible.
And
but
we
okay.
said we don't know.
We're going to come back to that one. Some people will spend the time figuring that out. We'll give the answer at the end of the show.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. This is called the number trick. I got no more for you. Ida does though. This is the number trick. Okay. So just pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 10. Let me bring back the
Mary Lou, save your answer, because she already has the answer.
She knows?
Well, I don't know if she knows, because I don't know.
So she's guessing May 19th. So we'll hold on to that. We'll come back, Mary Lou, to the end. Keep thinking about it. All right. Pick any number between 1 and 10. All right. Now, you could actually do this. You could do this trick picking any number at all. I don't care. I would let you pick any number at all. But I am going to read everyone's mind. Everyone who's watching, everyone who's in this room, I'm going to be able to figure out your mind, the number you picked.
All right.
Okay, got it?
Got it.
So you got a number?
Yes.
So, but keep it 1 to 10 just because for your own math, it'll make it easier. If you're going to pick a bigger number, you need a calculator. Okay, or you might need a calculator if you aren't great with numbers. But here goes. You got the number. All right? Now, it's real simple. Here's what I would like you to do. I want you to multiply the number that you picked by 2. Did you get it? Multiply that number by 2.
Got it.
Then I want you to multiply that number by 5. Okay? So multiply your original number, you remember your original number, by 2, then by 5. Okay? Then I want you to divide the number you have now by your original number. Divide it. Going to be hard to divide it by your original number.
I'm doing it on my calculator.
Got it?
I'm not letting you look.
And then subtract 7 from that. Okay?
All right.
Want to know what your number is?
Yeah.
The answer that you got was 3.
That's what I got.
How could the whole audience pick the same number? Isn't it amazing? That's a math magic
You're
trick.
brilliant.
That is a math magic trick. So that trick is
John and Mary Lou had 3 too.
Yeah, everybody got 3. I'm telling you.
Oh.
So that's because we are so unified. We all came to the exact same result.
We didn't all pick the same original number.
Isn't it amazing? Well, how did we all get the 3?
There's some math thing. I don't know what you did, but there's some math thing.
There is. It's very simple. We multiplied it by 2 and then multiplied it by 5, which is basically multiplying it by 10. And then we divided it by our original number, which gets us to 10. And then I subtracted, no matter what you did, you got to 10. And then I subtracted 7. And everybody got 3. I could have added 4.
But you're brilliant.
And everybody would have had 14.
Okay. Well, good job.
All right. That's how that math trick works. We're gonna let you in on the secret of a lot of these math tricks. Okay, here's one. So if those weren't your cup of tea, let's try this one as your cup of tea.
Okay.
We often talk about religion and that sort of thing on this channel, and so let me put one in for you that I wonder if you've ever heard of. This is the story of Shakespeare and the King James Version of the Bible.
Shakespeare in the Bible.
Okay, Shakespeare was born about the same time as the King James Version of the Bible. In 1604, the King James, gathered a group of linguists. Preachers, professors, and Bible scholars produced a great Bible. He wanted to be the king that created the great Bible. And so it was decreed that everyone who worked on this Bible would remain anonymous.
Okay.
However,
7
years later, when it was the King James Version was published in 1611.
Okay.
So that's 7 years after 1604. A number of authorities insisted that Shakespeare had worked on the Bible and that they knew it. They had evidence, clear clues that he was involved. Okay, you ready for this? This is exciting.
I'm ready. I never heard this before.
All right. So we have evidence that there was a person named Shakespeare, and we know his birth date. And let me get to the next slide here. In 1605, 1 year after they started translating the Bible, Shakespeare was 46 years old. Okay, if it's the date that we have.
Okay.
And so if you turn to Psalm 46 in the King James Version, you will find the Shakespeare Clues. Okay? So here they are.
All right.
The Shakespeare Clues. Here's a picture of the first few verses of the Bible.
Okay.
And this is Psalm 46. If you count 46 words from the beginning of this chapter, you get to the 46th word, which I've circled. Now, in the old print style, they didn't make S's the way we make S's. They make them they look like F's. And so that word is shake. Psalm 46, the 46th word from the beginning is shake. And it was translated when Shakespeare was 46 years old. Go to the end of this psalm and count back 46 words, and you get the word spear. And so you find the 46 words from the end, word number 46 is spear. Shake, spear. The clue that the that the King James Bible was, Shakespeare was one of the people that worked on it.
Be clever.
Wouldn't it? It sounds, the Bible has the King James Version of the Bible has some writing that sounds Shakespearean. It's...
So we couldn't really refute it in any...
So you might think that it really is. Or it could just be a coincidence. Either way, it's an interesting little factoid.
Thank you for
all those
sharing
46s.
I didn't know.
Right? That's a math oddity, wouldn't you say?
I think it's a
We're
definite
out.
math
Hey,
oddity.
Selah.
All gone.
We're out of snacks. Go away. You don't get infinite snacks.
Why not?
She's
Why
a
not?
sweet dog, but we can't just keep feeding her and feeding her.
No.
What do you think? You think Shakespeare actually did that?
I kind of think he did.
There is actually a tiny little bit of evidence for the truth of that, because they used some earlier translations of the Bible, and they left out just enough. In the earlier translations, it wasn't the 46th word in both places. They left out and added a couple of words, so those two words do appear in the 46th, and it's just that version. It's not previous versions that they used, that they based it on, that had that. So anyway, who knows? Probably not, but it's fun to think about.
John's saying conspiracy.
It is. We don't want to be we don't want to be taken off of Facebook and YouTube.
Right.
We definitely
Facebook
subscribe
jail.
to some conspiracy theories, particularly when it comes to Shakespeare in the 46th. Okay, let's move on to some more math oddities.
Oh yeah. Oh, David.
You know, we have our special guest, David. And so we've asked David. David likes to do magic. He does a lot of magic tricks. And so he enjoys magic. And so we asked him to come on and do a magic trick using cards, so that we could
a magic.
This is a
card trick.
a math-based
Okay.
card trick. So David, take it away. Let's see your trick. I'm going to try to bring up another screen here, David, and we'll see if we can get. David's going to bring in a table so he can do the card trick on a table. So we'll all be able to watch it along. Well, David, maybe you can use Ida as your representative from the audience.
Okay.
Bring that in as far as you can.
That I can do. I can be the audience representative.
Can you get it in there?
You'd have to tilt your chair to the right.
Me?
Mm-hmm. It's just
That's no
there.
problem. That's no problem.
Good.
Now let me bring my camera here down a bit. Why isn't it showing?
I don't know.
Oh, because it's down there. There, I found it. Okay, here we go. Here, we're going to give you the shot of David's table. I'm getting close. Hang in there.
Come
Almost.
on. We know you can do it.
Almost to the point.
Thank you, Janet. She says I'm a fine audience representative.
Thanks, Janet.
Now
Okay.
you're my friend.
So here we go. So
Okay.
let me just bop the camera
You
up
always
just a
work.
little bit. Up the other way. All right, David, take it away. We're going
Okay,
to be the Headless Magician today.
that's perfectly
So
fine.
here's the shot.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Is that what people are seeing?
That's
the
what
shot?
people are seeing. Yep,
Okay.
they're seeing David's table.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
All right.
That's right. All right.
We dealt a pile for each of us, right?
Okay.
Miss Ida, you're my guest.
Okay.
You get to choose a pile. Which pile do you want?
I want this one.
This pile.
Can
All
I?
right.
I touched it. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Dad, you get to point to any card from here.
Any card.
Any card.
That one.
This card.
Yep.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. This is your card.
Yep.
Miss Ida is gonna be my magic magician. She's gonna sense everything.
Okay.
All right. So view this card, and if you want, me and Miss Ida will look away, and you can show the viewers
Yeah.
at home as well.
Yeah,
So
okay.
me and Miss Ida, we
Okay.
won't see the card.
Okay, here's the card. See it? I'll hold it real still. There's the card. Okay,
All right. Can we look back up?
you can
good?
look.
Okay.
Have you seen the card, Dad?
Let me just make sure. Yeah.
All right. So here's what you're gonna do.
Mhm.
Shuffle it into that stack again. Make sure you really lose it
Okay, you'll
then
never
we'll
know 'cause
lose
I
it.
don't know.
into the middle of the deck,
Just put it right there.
right on top. The card is gone.
Yeah.
We're gonna use your help, and Miss Ida is gonna sense it.
Okay.
All right.
So here's what we're gonna do. 3 piles. Miss Ida doesn't know it, but
I
she
should-
can feel it.
Okay.
She might not know,
I feel it.
but she feels it.
Okay.
Huh.
All right. Your card is somewhere in here, correct?
Yeah. It is.
There's pile A,
I see
B,
it.
and C.
Yeah.
Which pile is it in? There's pile A, there's pile B, and there's pile C.
It's in pile C.
It is in pile C.
Right? Can you all see it? It's in pile C. Okay. I'll go back to the table.
Here we go.
Yeah.
One more time for you, Dad. Do you see your card?
I see the card.
Is it in pile A, pile B, or pile C?
It's in the middle pile. It's in pile B.
It's in pile B. So, Miss Ida, I'm not sure if you know, but me and you both know the card.
You do?
We do.
Okay.
We know it.
We know it.
So here's what we're going to do. Set up crosses to find the card.
Okay.
And there's a fifth one. Just set it here. Alright. So we have 2 rows. We have a top row, and we have a bottom row.
All right.
Choose a row.
I choose the top row.
Or bottom. You want the top?
Top.
Miss Ida chooses the top with her energy.
Yes.
She's sensing something. And here's where it gets fun. 3 left.
Yeah.
There's left, middle, and right.
Yeah.
Dad, would you like to pick a pile?
Left, middle, or right?
Mm-hmm.
Middle.
Middle. Leaving us with 2.
Okay.
Now, Miss Ida,
Can somebody watching pick a pile?
somebody watching can pick a pile.
All right.
Make time. Maybe they have the energy as well.
Yeah,
It's
you.
not just Miss
We all
Ida.
had the same number 3.
That's right. So maybe we're all brilliant and have this.
This one could be the deciding factor.
Okay.
of
So
the
let's
card.
get. So how are we going to enable
So this
them?
is A, this is B.
Okay. The first person to say A or B,
All
we'll go
right.
with that one. A
I'm
or B.
watching.
The very first one that comes through on our chat. A or B. So let me just recap this while we're thinking about it here, David. So I picked a card. Neither of you saw it.
Correct.
I mixed it up, and I really did mix it up. I'm not in on this. So you had no idea where I mixed it.
And we put it in the middle of the deck.
And we put it in the middle of the deck. Okay.
But then you helped us. That's what you did. You helped us. You gave us energy, you gave us tips on the piles, and now we feel it. We have a
feel it.
sense of something.
Okay.
Janet has a sense it's B.
B.
She thinks it's B.
Janet was first, and she says
Okay, let
B.
me bring back the table here a second. Okay, B.
She has a good sense. She was the first person to choose this.
Yes.
I don't know how she chose it.
Kristen,
Let's hope she's right.
Oh, I hope she is too.
We have 2 piles left.
Yeah.
You can point to any card.
To any card.
Any card you want.
This is a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pick this one.
And Miss Ida,
Uh-huh.
you, as the energy qualifying,
Okay.
can pick any card. And I'll pick this card.
Okay.
That leaves us with 1 card out of the entire deck. Nothing
Okay.
but 1.
Are you going to switch that card?
No magic, nothing here. Was this the card? The Queen of Diamonds.
Was it? Is that the card?
What?
Good job. I didn't know.
That was all you. I don't know, that was all
my
you.
It was my energy. I felt it. I sent it out to people.
It's the Queen of Diamonds.
Was
it's
that
the
the-
card.
Don't think you can have any secrets from your son now.
How
He
did
knew-
Janet know?
She just knew.
Nicely done. It's a math trick.
It's a math trick.
Would you all like to learn how to do that trick?
Sure.
Are you interested? That's a pretty good one, isn't it? Okay, the way the trick works, I'm going to tell you how to
Okay.
do this trick. Not most people don't show tricks, but this is a trick you can do. Yeah,
Nathan said he used his twin powers.
that's right. So you use 21 cards. Doesn't matter what 21 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Any 21 cards will do to start.
Okay.
Then David made 7 piles.
3 piles.
3 piles of 7. So there were 3 piles that each had 7 in it. All right, I'll bring the table back up here. Okay, there's 3 piles. Each pile has 7 cards in it. Then he let me pick a pile. any pile. It didn't matter which I picked
didn't
because they
matter.
each have 7. And I picked one out. And he kept the other 2 with 7 in each one. Okay? Right next to each other. Then I picked a card and I put it anywhere in this pile. So let's just say the Ace of Spades is an easy one. By the way, that's the most common when you ask somebody to pick a card, the Ace of Spades is there's almost a 5% chance they'll pick the Ace of Spades, the highest card in the deck. So if you pick the Ace of Spades and you put it in here anywhere, and David doesn't have to know where you put it, but it's one of these 7, okay? Then he puts it in the middle of the deck. Now that's the key. There's 7 cards. Selah, stop. There's 7 cards in front of it and 7 cards behind it, plus the 7 cards in the deck in the middle. All right. So that Ace of Diamonds is one of the 7 cards in the middle. Now I'm going to let you deal it across. Okay. So while David deals it across, you're going to see the first 7 cards. That's the first deck, right? Is right there. That's the first 7 cards. Now the middle deck is about to be dealt, and you can see that it's sort of being pushed into the middle of these columns. It's in the middle couple rows of these columns. There's the 7. So our card has to be one of those 7, and it is. It's this one right here. Okay. Then David deals the lower 7 cards, and then he asks, "Where is it? Which is it in?" And I say, "It's in this one over here." And so he takes this pile. It started to move toward the middle, but now it's going to move even further toward the middle because it's progressing its way to the center of those piles. So he's going to take that one. He's going to put it between 7 in front, 7 behind, and the cards. And then he goes through the same process again, dealing the cards one more time. And so here's the first 7, 6, 7. Now comes the row that we picked. Watch. Not our card. Not our card. Our card. Not our card. Not our card. And the end of the 7. And then he finishes up with the last 7. Now, what has happened here is the 4th card. Our card is the 4th card in one of these columns now, mathematically. It's going to be the 4th card. So all he has to do is say, which pile would you like? And we say, it's in this pile over here. He now, if he wanted to, there's lots of ways to end the trick. But right now, he could look at that card. As soon as I say it's in pile A, he could look at it and know what the card is. All right? Or he doesn't have to look at it. He can just do the trick that he did. We're not going to tell you the rest of the trick, how that was done. But that's how you identify the card.
Who knew?
That you get to pick. So nice job,
David. Good job.
It's a math trick.
Thank you, David.
Mathematics.
Yeah,
Mathemagic.
So we did the number 3 math trick. Now we've done a card math trick. How'd you like that one?
I love it.
It's a pretty good trick.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you know that that's how it worked?
No.
Do you think you could go home and do it now?
Maybe if I watch the instructions again.
Yeah, you have to deal across. That's the key. You deal, and you have to deal. If you're dealing from the bottom, you always deal from the bottom. You don't deal from the bottom one time and the top the next. But they'll always push toward the middle. The more times you do it, and if you don't feel like you've done it enough, you can do it another time, and it'll just stay in the middle. So anyway, that's the
Thank you, David.
that's the math magic trick. Let's thanks, David. You can get rid of your table and bring your chair back in, and then we'll go back to a little tighter show. Let's see what other math oddities we have. Well, it's time for the big one. We've done all the warm up just so we would get to Al's math oddity.
Yes, Al.
So this is what started the whole show. Is Al's math oddity, and here it is. Al shared with us a math oddity that he identified when he was tutoring a couple years ago. I don't know if you know, Ida, but Al tutors in an area right near us called Pitcairn. They have a school. They haven't had it this year, but they have a school tutoring program, and Al has been a part of that for a lot of years. But a couple years ago, apparently, he identified this, and so he wrote it down and wanted to see if we could make a show out of it, and so that's how this show was born. The idea for it. So now I'm going to try to explain to you. Now, I want to warn you. The next part of this show is mostly for geeks. But even if you aren't a geek, you're going to get the idea. All right, because we're going to explain it. But even the problem is a hard one. So here is the problem that Al showed me. Okay, if you look at column A, which is just a list of the numbers sequentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. Just keep going on. Those are just the whole numbers in sequential order. Then if you make column B, which is just a list of odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc., 11, 13, 15, 17, you just keep going on with the odd numbers. There's an interesting thing that happens, and I think this is how he discovered it, because column C is the square of column A. In other words, if you multiply column A by itself, then you get column C. The interesting thing about column C is it's not just the square. It's not merely the square of column A. It's also the sum of column B.
Right.
So, the square of 1 is 1.
Okay.
But the first odd number is also 1.
Okay.
So column C is 1 in both cases, all right? Now, the square of 2, 2 squared, 2 times 2, is 4. But 1 plus 3, if you add the two odd numbers so far, they also equal 4. And if you go to the third row, 3 squared is 9. But 1 plus 3 plus 5 is
9.
also 9.
What?
And 4 squared is 16, but 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 is also 9. So this is what Al sent to me. He said, "Why do you think that is?" That was the question. Now, for 3 months, I've been thinking, why would that possibly be true? How could you even understand or explain that math oddity? That you can get the square of a number just by summing all the odd numbers in that other column. That just seems like a weird coincidence. Okay? Well, here's why it works. And basically, Al, I let you down. I couldn't figure it out. And so Ida had to tell me. So Ida gave me the answer. That is the truth. I didn't know the answer, and Ida had to give it to me.
Yes.
So I got the answer from Ida.
That's what you did.
And so now I'm going to show you the answer that Ida gave me. And so here it is. And basically, it is Al summarized it. Okay, so I think this was going to be interesting to see why this actually works out the way it does. But instead of that last column there, all those numbers sort of added up, and that looks like an interesting pyramid, but is a little bit too complicated. Here's what Al sent. He sent a diagram.
Yeah, okay.
He sent a picture, which is a graph, you see, of these numbers. And I'm going to try to explain what this graph means, okay? So I added some color to Al's graph so that you could follow it, because it's handwritten, and so it's a little bit hard to show you, particularly if you're looking on a phone. It's particularly small. So here's the next picture. If you think about just that first column, that 1, do you see how I made a blue square down there on the right? Mm-hmm. That's just the number 1. And there's just one square. Okay? This is where we get the name square. It's a square. So 1 times 1 equals 1, and the first odd number is also 1. Okay? So you following me so far? 1 times 1 and just the number 1, those both equal 1. And that's the first row of our chart. Now the second row of our chart. Okay? What we've done is we take the 1 that we already had and we add 3 squares to it. Do you see that? 3 more pink squares this time. See the pink squares? 3 pink squares coming into play, added to the blue one. So the blue one plus 3 more squares is 4. So you add the next odd number of squares to get to the next size of square when you add another one. And so we can continue, you see. So now we add green, and we have to add 5 green squares, the next odd number. And what you're doing is you're just adding the next odd number of squares to the square you already have to complete the square. And so then...
How we doing, Al?
then 7, 9, and so on and so on. Do you see how it works?
Yes, I do.
So that's why they're the same, because you're adding that odd number each time forever. It never...
That's amazing.
This never ends. Every square.
That is what we call a math oddity.
That isn't that an oddity?
It really is. I didn't know it before.
It's an amazing oddity. It's an Odyssey, I would go so far as to say.
Oh, Al
all right.
says A-okay.
I'm going to try to blow Al's mind now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do it. Al's an engineer, but go ahead and try.
All right. I was looking at this problem, and I thought, how could I blow Al's mind back? Mm-hmm. Well, look at this, Al. That's the square version. So I thought, if there's a square version of this, I wonder if there's a triangle version. So I made a triangle version. What if you take just one triangle? That describes that first line too. Just one triangle, see? So it's just one. One triangle. And then, but I want to keep the triangle exactly the same size. Mm-hmm. So how many of those triangles would I have to add to it to make a triangle that's still equilateral, that's the same distance on each side? So you can tune out if you're not Al.
Al's just giving you another challenge, so just so
okay. So Al,
do this,
so now I'm adding 3 more. Look, 3 more triangles, which is the next odd number, gives me 4 triangles total. And how would I continue to make an equilateral triangle?
Put
5 more.
Way to go.
That was, Al, that's my best shot. You could do it even with triangles. Okay, 3, that's a whole nother show, Al.
I'm telling you, the man's got brains.
Al, thanks for the idea. Now we're going to keep going though. We got more math oddities.
Yeah,
It's not over. That was the key one. But there's some good ones still to come.
Okay.
More, I mean, even more than Shakespeare and the King James Bible. And we do have to get back to the answer to
yeah, what's the birthday?
Yeah, when was that birthday? Okay, so here we go. Here's the next here's our next one.
Uh-oh. This one.
Did you learn multiplication tables well enough when you were a kid? Because I actually didn't. I didn't learn them quite well enough.
I thought I did.
I learned them, but there's a few of them that I get a little mixed up on. Sometimes when the multiplication table has number has a 7 in it, or an 8, or a 9, and sometimes a 6, I'll get a little bit confused on a couple of those. I'll have to think, am I getting that right? So I thought, for our audience, Selah, please stop. Stop. I'm going to send you away.
Aww.
She's talking. I guess she likes math oddities.
She does.
So I want to show you a way. So think about this.
Okay.
If I were in a situation I was very nervous and somebody said, okay, we're going to ask you for your multiplication tables. We're going to ask you questions and you have to give the answer. And if you don't give the right answer, we're going to shoot you. So you better get it right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to remember it, right? But I have a way that you can do it on your fingers.
Do the multiplication table.
Do multiplication tables on your fingers and be sure. So this is a way of double checking your answer. All right? So I'm going to show you how to do it now. You ready for this? Do you know how to do this?
I do not.
Okay, everybody knows the 1 through 5 multiplication tables. It's easy to multiply by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. Okay? So pretty much everyone knows those. Those aren't so hard. But it's the 6 through 10 ones that get a little bit hard. So I'm going to I'm going to make my fingers into 6 through 10. So do you guys know your multiplication tables? So I'm going to get ready for this so people can see it. But I'm basically just going to put numbers. Let's see.
There you go. And nobody would ever notice
those
that
are
you
too bright.
had
The lights are too bright to
have
see
numbers taped to your fingers.
Well, you don't need the numbers. You can just imagine them. But I want to put them on so that you can know for sure.
Okay. I mean, like if you were in 6th grade and you were getting tested on your multiplication tables and you said, just a minute, I'm going to put these stickers on my hands.
No. See, what I want, Ida, is I want a manicure so that the numbers are always on my fingernails.
Oh.
So to me, that's the answer, is to always have the numbers. Okay?
I see.
6 through 10. All right, so I've put 6 through 10 here. Now I'm going to put 6 through 10 on the other one. And they get harder to put on because I've got stickers on my fingers. Your fingers don't work as well.
So I can see the benefit of painting your nail and then writing a number on your nail. So
yeah, you definitely want the number on your nail because your nail's always there. It doesn't get in the way.
Plus, you know, the teacher would never notice those stickers on your hand if you were taking a test.
I'm not doing the stickers. I'm just doing the stickers so that I can teach people how to do this
okay.
method.
I thought maybe you were...
I'm going to teach you
You needed those in order to calculate your...
This is serious stuff. If you're going to be shot for the wrong answer, you want to get it right.
Well, it's 8 times 7.
It's worth the sticks. It's worth the sticks. That's what I'm saying. I know 8 times 7, I think, but like that's an example of one where I go, am I really positive of 8 times 7? This is going to give me the chance to be positive.
Well, we don't want you to get shot. So
it turns out that the lights are too bright in here and nobody can see the stickers anyway. What if I switch to David's lap? Let's see if we switch to this other camera. And how about, can you see them in this? Yeah, you can, sort of. Okay, so there they are. My pinkies are 6, and my thumbs are 10.
Okay.
Pinkies are 6, thumbs are 10, and then I've got 7, 8, and 9 in between. All right. So here's how you can be sure. All right. You see all those numbers? Here's how you can be sure in between. Stop laughing at me. That's so rude.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's ridiculous. This is a way to check yourself. Okay? Give me 2 numbers. Now I'm going to show you the method. Give me 2 numbers that you want to multiply, and the numbers have to be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Okay?
8 times 6.
So 8 times 6. So here is my 8 over there.
Okay.
And here is my 6 on my pinky.
Yeah.
All right? I'm going to touch those 2 fingers together.
Yeah.
The 8 and the 6. Okay? So now we're looking at 8 times 6. Now, the first thing I do is I count the number of fingers above the 8.
Okay.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Right? How many fingers above the 6?
4.
4. And I told you everybody can do the low multiplication ones easily. Mm-hmm. So you say 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is
8.
8. Right? Now I'm going to count all the fingers that I haven't counted yet. So how many fingers are there? Well, the 8 is a finger, the 6 is a finger, the 7 down there is a finger, and the 6 is a finger. So there's 4 down there, right?
Okay.
4. 4 times 10. Now I multiply that number by 10. 40. 40 plus 8 is 48.
That is handy.
6 times 8 is 48. Give me another one. Give me another one. I'm going to do it faster.
9 times 5.
Okay, 9 times 5. Here's my 9 finger, right? You can't do 5. It has to be between 6 and 10. Everybody knows 9 times 5 is 45.
9 times 7.
9 times 7. So I don't even know where my 7 finger is. There's 7. Okay. 9 times 7. I touch those 2 together. There's only 1 finger above the 9, right? But there are 3 above the 7. So 1 times 3 is?
3.
3. And then the remaining fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers, times 10 is 60. 63 is the answer.
You are brilliant.
Come on. Give me some credit. That is a fantastic multiplication.
What do you think, David? Isn't that pretty fantastic? Very
Seems
handy.
like I might never use this.
And Allison, it must be new math.
After all that, I didn't have it up to the camera. Oh, well.
Oh, my.
All right. So I'll teach you the one just when you're in a pinch. If you don't know the 9s, there is a real quick trick. Something was punny.
I don't even know what I said that was punny.
So here's the 9s trick. I'll just show you the 9s trick. You don't need the stickers.
No stickers required.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the to get your fingernails done. But here's the 9. Same thing. This time you just label your fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right in a row. Okay, and so now if you're going to say what is 9 times 5, you just turn down the 5th finger. Okay, and you count the fingers on the left side, 4, and on the right side 5, 45. 9 times 5 is 45. Or 8, right? The 8th finger is right here. So that's 72.
Well, that might be helpful.
Yeah, this one I've definitely used.
Oh, come on. The other one is so much more versatile.
Right.
I could do all the numbers 6 through 10. I didn't even show you like 8 times 10. I could do 8 times 10.
Oh, Mary Lou said it was handy.
Oh,
It was funny. I didn't mean for it to be funny,
See?
but it was.
It would come in handy. All right. I told you that not all of these are going to be good for everyone.
John wants to know if we have to take our socks off for the next trip.
That's right. Now we're going to do 20s. By the way, you have 3 knuckles on each finger.
Oh, no.
And so you can multiply by 3 on your fingers too, by just counting the knuckles. So if you wanted 3 times 4, you can just count the 4 knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, so many hand math tricks.
Al says he says, please demonstrate 12 times 12.
Please give me my money back, is what Al said. Okay, we're going to do something next.
What are we going to do
that
now?
No one in the audience, in fact, no one in the history of the world has ever seen this before.
Oh, my.
Ever. And David's going to do it.
And they're seeing it here on our live
you're going to see it. Within like the next minute, you are going to see something that never in the history of the universe has been seen.
There you go, David.
Shocking,
you didn't
isn't
know
it?
how good it was going to be.
Here's what I want you to do, David. I want you to shuffle these cards. Okay? David is shuffling the cards. Shuffle them very well, like very thoroughly. Maybe 7 shuffles, something like that. And there are 52 cards.
Right.
And so when you put cards in order, right, you think, oh, I'm going to play a game with cards. That's sort of a normal thing. I'm just going to shuffle them up. All right?
Okay.
Well, the odds are, if you have shuffled the cards well, and you're going to play a game of poker or go to a casino, or you're going to play, what's that game that everybody, Rummy. What's that called?
Gin Rummy.
Gin Rummy. You can play Gin Rummy. If you're going to play hearts, if you're going to play spades, if you're going to play any card game, you shuffle the cards up, right?
Mm-hmm, sure.
If you shuffle them thoroughly, are they shuffled thoroughly?
They are shuffled thoroughly.
If you shuffle them thoroughly, you understand the first card. There's 52 possibilities for what the first card would be, and in this case, it's the ace. The ace is the first card. That's only going to happen 1 in 52 times.
Okay.
Right? The next card then is there's a 1 in 51 chance of it coming up. And in our case, it's the Jack of Diamonds that came up. All right? The next card, there's a 1 in 50 chance of it coming up. Right? And so on, the whole way down the deck. Then 1 in 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 43. And you multiply that the whole way down, so it gets more and more difficult for it to be exact every time. In fact, there are 10 to the 67th power. That is 10 with 67 zeros after it. Ways to shuffle a deck of cards, a normal deck of cards like this. Mm-hmm. You have never seen a deck of cards shuffled like this. In fact, no one in the history of the world has ever seen a deck of cards shuffled like this.
In that sequence.
In this sequence.
Ow.
It has never happened. In fact, if you shuffled a deck of cards every second since what they predict is the beginning of the Big Bang, all right, you would not even be remotely close to having repeated. You would still be an unbelievable. Here's how much it is. Let's say you you shuffled a deck of cards, okay, and and when you finish shuffling the deck of cards, you take a look at it, and then you take one step, and then you shuffle the deck of cards again, and you take another step, and then you shuffle the deck of cards again, and you take another step, and you do that until you've walked the entire way around the world. Then you take a drop of water out of the ocean.
Okay.
And you repeat. You shuffle and take a step, shuffle and take a step, and you walk the whole way around the world again.
Then another
Take
drop.
another drop out of the ocean. Then you empty the ocean. Okay? Then you empty the ocean. When the ocean is emptied, and you've done that enough, the ocean is emptied, you just fill it all back up again. You put all the water back in the ocean, and you take a grain of sand off the beach. And you repeat. You do that whole process again, emptying the ocean and taking a grain of sand, emptying the ocean, taking a grain of sand, until all the sand is gone. Okay? So you've shuffled quite a few times. At this point, you're still not close to 10 to the 67th.
Wow. I didn't know that. I thought people could memorize. Well, maybe I guess they could memorize them.
You have never
But you
seen
didn't
this.
wind
And
up with
this
them.
man here just did this.
Thank you for that unique
So
experience.
once in a lifetime, we are uniquely the same.
Yes, we are.
Think about it. That's sort of a weird. Isn't that a math oddity though?
I think it is.
Every
a math
time, if you
oddity.
legitimately shuffle the cards, every time you do it, no one has ever seen that before. It's hard to believe, but it's true.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay,
Something unique in history.
there you go.
I'm in. Oh,
It says I'm at the end of my slides, which is weird because
there's more.
we didn't get to the answer. Oh, there's the answer. Okay. The answer's after our little.
Oh.
So we're still going to give you a teaser. We're going to do a little bit of serious stuff now. And and Ida, we're going to switch over. Thanks for coming to the Math Oddities. We're still going to work on that one last problem just a
Okay.
little bit later. But first, we're going to move to Ida's saying of the week.
It's a brief saying, but it's a saying that I thought reflected our math concept, so I just wanted to use this one. And it's a quote by Anne Merrill Lindbergh. Only love can be divided endlessly and still not diminish. So there's a math problem for you.
How about that, Ida, with a math audit? Plug in a math oddity
I
right
think that's
into the...
similar. I could talk about sand and drops of water out of the ocean and trips around the world, but same concept, huh?
That's a good saying. Love
That's
can be
right.
divided endlessly.
And still not diminish.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, time for the joke of the week. It's
Oh.
Al Kunzel, of course. He's the inspiration for
Hi,
the
Teresa.
show, so we're going to keep picking on him. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you. So here is Al's joke of the week.
Okay, Al. We're counting on you for it to be funny.
Al wants to know, is loud laughing permitted in Hawaii? Or do they only allow...
Allow what?
Aloha?
Thanks, Al. Aloha.
Is that a solid 2 out of 10?
We like Davis.
I'm pretty sure that you are allowed to laugh.
I think
loud
so
on it.
too.
And, okay. That is sort of the deal for for the main part of the show. We're gonna move into the rest of the show now, and we can talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. You have anything on your mind, Ida? My slide presentation just crashed.
Uh-oh. Do you want me to... I
bring
do
it back
have some shout-outs, and just a reminder that we have some friends that this applies to, and I'm sure you all out there do too. February 28th is Rare Disease Day, and we have a couple friends who have riboflavin transporter deficiency. It's orphan disease, and they're doing some research on it and taking some donations to help with the research. So Rare Disease Day is February 28th.
I realize, Ida, when I put this picture up, you're almost hidden behind that little blue screen there. But our question now is, what do other people have to say?
Yeah.
This is a time for you to put your shout-outs in if you want to wish somebody happy birthday or say something that's been going on that you're interested in or excited about, or if you want to interact, we'd be glad to talk to you about whatever it happens to be. And I'll put up a little bit of news there on the bottom too while we're... for all those people who've got attention deficit, you can watch the bottom, you can watch us, you can watch we've got multiple windows, it's all going on. What, I don't know, anything new in your world?
I was thinking of something.
Yeah.
My math teacher, he likes to give out a lot of bonus points for good things or whatever. Like if we do something and he's like, okay, how can you use this in the real world?
Show him
So
the
then you
fingers.
show him.
Show him the
So I
fingers.
was thinking, show him stuff from this show.
There you
Could have
go.
earned me some bonus points.
There you go. Here's some stickers.
You can
Number 10 through 6.
I'll never notice. I think I heard that you might have gotten accepted to a college.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got accepted to Grove City.
Uh-huh.
And before that, Geneva.
And before that, Geneva College.
Those are Western Pennsylvania
So now you
private
got
schools.
decisions to make.
I do.
But that's a good thing to be able to choose between colleges
Yeah.
that want you. So that's congratulations.
So, and also, just to stick with you, your school is talking about maybe going back 5 days a week.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal. I don't know that they've decided that, but they're at least considering it. They're asking questions about it. It seems like if you went back to your teacher and said, "Can I show you something that no one's ever seen before?"
To get bonus?
Yeah, that you might get bonus.
That should work.
I'm going to show you a math thing that I know you have never seen before.
And then explain why.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if you want, I'll show you 2 things no one has ever seen before. That's my advice. Would you like to go back to that silly problem that we worked on?
Sure. But it's not silly. I'm still wondering how they knew when her birthday was. I've got a sort of an idea.
It's one of those things that that if you work on it long enough, you probably could. It's maybe not perfect for a show like ours, but I'm gonna show it to you. All right.
Okay.
So you have to start with this basic idea. I'll put the slide up here, and I'll have to remove our news for a second. So remember, Cheryl told them that there were these possible dates.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and what you'll notice, which is what Mary Lou pointed out, is that not all the dates repeat. Okay, there are 2 15s, there are 2 14s, there are 2 16s, there are 2 17s. There's only 1 19 and 1 18.
Okay.
All right, so if she was born on the 18th or the 19th, and Mary Lou got the logic just a little bit backwards on it. If she was born on the 18th or 19th, and she told one of them that she was born on the 18th,
Mm-hmm.
then they would know what day she was born on, right? If she said,
Yeah.
if she told one of them I was born on the 18th, they'd say, oh, okay, I know which one, because there's only 1 18th.
Mm-hmm.
You got that? There's only 1 18 on there. So if she was born on the 19th, you'd say, oh, well, you were born on May 19th, because that's the only 19th.
Okay.
Or if she said I was born on the 18th, only one of those, right? So it couldn't be the 18th or the 19th. Okay? Or one of them would have known.
All right.
Okay? But neither one of them knew. So then the first guy said, well, I don't know the day you were born on. I mean, I don't know the date, right? I don't know when Cheryl's birthday is, but I do know that Bernard doesn't know either. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to say to yourself, what did that person know? Now I'm going to have to look this part up. I'm going to read this rather than just do it off the top of my head so that I get it just right. So give me just 1 second. Okay. Now, if Albert had May or June, then he can't be sure that Bernard doesn't know. For the same reason that we just talked about. Right? So if they told him, if she told him that the month was May or June, let me just go back to that slide a second. Right? If she told him, let me bring that up, that it was May or June, right?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't be sure that Bernard didn't know, right?
All right.
So it couldn't have been May or June. So it couldn't have been the 18th or 19th, and now he knows it couldn't have been May or June, right? Which leaves July and August.
Okay.
So Albert knows the month. Since Bernard can know which month it is, it has to be July 16th, August 15th, or August 17th.
Okay.
July 16th, August 15th, or August 17th, because the 14th, you see,
There's 14th.
there's two of them. So when the second, so he said, I know, but you don't know. When the other guy said, well, I know, then he knew, because it couldn't have been the 14th or he wouldn't have known. All right?
This is deep.
Only leaving the 15th, 16th, or 17th. If it was August, Albert couldn't be sure, as there's August 15th and 17th.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only one date in July, the 16th. And so he knew. That's the story, and I'm sticking with it. Now, if you didn't understand that, you can go back and listen again.
I might have to listen 5 or 6 times.
But that's the logic. It actually isn't a real hard logic. It's just not normal logic. It's a very weird sort. It's a backwards way of thinking everything. But if you were actually the person, you would have a better idea than being people looking at the people and saying, if you put yourself in one of their spots, you'll understand better. The logic that each of them used. And then they were able to figure out from each other's logic that it couldn't have been any of the duplicates. So it had to be a unique one. And it ends up there is only one unique one, because it had to be July 16th, August 15th, or August 17th. And since August 15th and 17th are both August, it couldn't have been that. So then it had to be July.
So they don't know, and because they don't know,
Then they know.
He's got it.
Noodle through it. It's worth working through. I mean, if you're that kind of person, I understand some people that's just not their thing. Everybody's lost at the end of the show.
That's all right. I mean,
yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, we care.
Come back.
Really,
back.
that's what we care about. We want you to come back.
This is the math show, and apparently we're going to do another math show with it looked like
Al has another
cubes.
Yeah.
Cubic.
Lord help us.
To the third power.
Yeah.
It looked like some sort of quadratic. I couldn't see it. It's a little too small on my screen for me to tell what exactly he was showing there. So I think that's sort of our show for today. Did you go through your?
I didn't. I wanted to say happy birthday to Susan Sizemore. She's on our
Happy birthday, Susan
on the
Sizemore.
26th. Yeah, happy. I didn't have a lot of birthdays coming up this month.
Really?
Yeah.
February.
It's exactly. Remember
Yes,
the
I
fact?
do remember.
There just aren't many birthdays in February. Let me see what I might have. Does anybody else out there? Anybody having a birthday or an anniversary or Anything exciting going on?
We just got over like your birthday and Kathy's birthday, and
yeah, we just finished a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well,
so the 23rd through the 1st of March is what's covered this week. If you have any birthdays then.
Well, Peter Farrow,
Oh.
who is Kristen's husband,
Mm-hmm.
has a birthday on Sunday.
Happy birthday, Peter.
And John Brockhuft from Johnny and Friends Family Retreat, his birthday is February 24th.
Nice.
And Genesis Brown, who is my friend Frank Brown's daughter, is March 1st.
Genesis. I like that name.
Yep. And I do see some birthdays coming up. I see some.
We have some March ones coming up. Yeah, I have a bunch in March.
So that's my list anyway.
Yeah, well, happy birthday.
But I think that's it. Everybody sort of got quiet. Nobody has their own birthdays.
Well, no.
We got you with that. Like everybody's still noodling Cheryl's birthday.
That's right.
It's July 16th.
Simple. No, it's not
Just
simple.
remember it.
Oh,
Why do you have to figure it out? Just remember it's July 16th, and then you don't have to go through all the trouble.
There you go. Good old Cheryl.
Too much
July
work. Just
16th.
remember the date. That's what I do.
I'm putting it in my book. Putting it on Facebook, so I'll get a notification.
She probably wonders why she doesn't get any birthday presents.
Because Cheryl,
Exactly.
stop making it a puzzle every time you see
That makes perfect sense.
So we put some news there for you. That's our math show. We probably won't do another math show for a long time, but when we do, we'll do Al's next problem.
Okay. All right.
Bring it on, Al. We'll see if we can figure it out. That last one blew my mind. It took me a long time to figure that out. And I hope you're proud of my diagrams, by the way, Al. I worked very hard on this.
You did.
On color coding your graph. I mean, that's a pretty cool. I'm proud of that. I am.
We're proud of you too, Calvin.
That's why we were 4 minutes late on the show. That's why.
He was coloring the graph.
I had crayons and they didn't work well. I had to use watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go get water paints and.
Al says okay.
We love you all. Glad you're here. Whether you're new, just stopping by, whether you're watching us live, or whether you're watching the recording right now, please leave messages for us. We love hearing from you. We would love to help if there's any way we can. Lots of our idea is that folks just need friends, and we just need something we can look forward to. Well, we're here every week, one thing anyway.
That's right.
That everybody can work through, and we would love to have you come back next week.
Sure, and bring a friend.
We'll be here Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time in the United States. And but it can be seen around the world whenever you want, because we leave the recording up, and it's there both on Facebook and YouTube, wherever you might be watching it at this time. I think we're done.
I think we're done.
We always like to close with the same statement, but we don't want it to become just another statement. We want everybody to think about it every time we say it. So we try to say it in a little bit of a different way each time. We say, I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together, we could change the world. Have yourself a great week.
See you next time.